All right, if you are into trading cards of any kind, whether it's baseball cards, football cards, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, whatever it may be, and you have done an online trade or sale, you've probably run into the question of how am I going to ship these? Well, this is the perfect, most safe way and most cost-effective way to ship your cards where they're going to get there in one piece without any damage perfectly every time without you spending a ton of money on the way that you ship it. So it's two pieces, it's two components. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. I'll give you some links below that you can find these exact pieces on Amazon. The more you buy in terms of quantity, the better, the cheaper they are per. But overall, it's really just these two components. So the first is this 5x7. It's an invitation envelope, so you're going to want that, but it goes with this 5x7 cardboard corrugate craft sheet. And so all you do, it's extremely simple. You take your top loaders. I've shown you how I would do it with two cards here. If you had a single card, right, so this is a thick top loader, you would put it right in the middle, and then you just tape it. Tape it in place. You don't have to do all four sides, just do one or two. Put it in place, and then once it's there, you're just gonna put that into the envelope. So here you can see I put two cards side by side, two of the single thickness cards. Put them there. I take the envelope, slide them in to the envelope, right? Slide them in, pull this sticker off, tape it shut. That's all I gotta do. Put my label on the front. You can do, I forget what the rate is, but standard postage with this, it costs between like 58 cents and $1 depending on how heavy. So if you do like a patch card or some really thick cards or up to 5 or 6 in one of these, it's going to cost more like $1, $1.15. But if you're doing a single card, it can be as cheap as 55, 60 cents to ship this. But it's very rigid, right? And so it's not going to like break or bend in half. The cardboard is going to take all of the damage, so to speak, as it goes through rollers and stuff like that. I will say every so often, probably 1 out of every 50 cards that I've sent, the post office will send it back and they'll say it needs more postage. Every single time that's ever happened, I have just taken the label off, reprinted the same exact label, put it on, shipped it in a new envelope, and it worked every time. It's just every so often they try to be sticklers, but this is within their regulations. They just don't know it. But if you are shipping any amount of sports cards, I promise you these are worth the investment. If you have even one damaged card because you stuck it in a plain white envelope, you've immediately lost whatever profit you would have made, right, trying to replace that. So get these. You can see they're thick, but they're not so thick that they're going to not be able to go through the mail, right? So I don't know the millimeter. They look like they're about 1 millimeter thick, but they can hold up to 2 top loaders side by side. You can use the slightly thicker ones and do 2 side by side. So you can see this is about the thickest that I've shipped. This is the kind that you'd be able to fit 3 or 4 standard cards in. So really you could fit 6 or 7 cards total on this and in this envelope and ship it for like $1, which is extremely cheap and effective. And like I said, throughout all of hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of cards I've shipped over the years, I've had some of these get lost, but I have never had one get damaged. So if you're looking for a cost-effective and tried and true way to ship your cards, highly recommend buying these. That way you're not searching around for envelopes and cutting out cardboard by hand all the time. I buy these by the hundreds, and every time I do it, I can pack and ship cards in 30 seconds. And so highly recommend this. Check it out at the link below.